glasses. Back to nothing. My glasses. That's cool.
Hello. Hello. It's good to be back in the People's Republic and Beyond Fest. Woo! I don't know if people know, but 5 years ago we premiered our movie, our LA premiere movie of Starry Eyes was here at Beyond Fest. So this is the only place to show this movie for the first time in LA.
We also want to thank Lorenzo di Bonaventura, the best producer or director could ask for. He's here tonight. He'll be in the Q&A. We love you, Lorenzo, wherever you are, or out here somewhere. We want to thank Jason Clarke and Amy Seimetz, who will be here for the Q&A, two amazing actors. We want to thank our amazing writers, Jeff Buhler and Matt Greenberg. You were both here. We love you guys. We could not have done this without you. Thank you so much. And everybody at Paramount, just an amazing studio to work with, and they really got behind us on this film, and we're really proud of it. And the things that they let us do, guys, you're in for a treat. We're shocked they let us get away with this stuff.
And thank you, Stephen King.
Of course, to the king! Enjoy the film. Thanks, guys.
Indie genre fest, it's really exciting because the fans are such cinephiles and such big fans, and they know like every movie, so it's just really fun to have so much energy coming into a movie and them know the language as genre and be so excited and interact with the movie in such a way that's vocal and excited and like ready to like play with a movie. I think it's more of an interpretation of the book than a remake of the original of Mary Lambert's movie. I mean, I think both of them bring something, an interpretation to Stephen King's novel, and I personally adore Mary Lambert's original version. But what's so cool about this is it takes Stephen King's book and then reimagines it and like puts some twists and turns in it that I think audiences, they're both playful and respectful to the original book, but also like twist it in a way that's unexpected. It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. I mean, but it's also dealing with like real human emotion, and I think that that's the most disturbing thing, is that it grips you at a very like universal level of dealing with loss and grieving and sort of the horrors of that. And then just gets really playful with it and sort of the surreal and absurd of like, what if you could bring somebody back? But it's pretty scary. I read Pet Sematary when I was 8, so for me to be able to play Rachel Creed is a sort of pinch me moment. This version, I mean, it's really playful, and so even as dark as it gets, it's extremely funny, but mostly because it is so dark. And I find that the best comedy comes from tragedy, and this definitely takes you on a wild ride, and it's scary too.
The thing about horror is seeing it in a packed theater with fans, Stephen King fans, is like, I don't know, it's like Christmas for me. I'm such a geeky fan to start out with, so I feel like these are my people, for one, and for two, it's so exciting because I know all these moments that are coming up in the movie, and it's so fun to see people just react to them. There's a lot of material in this Pet Sematary that is true to the book and to the movie. There's a lot of nods to the movie, and there's a lot of really cool stuff from the book. And then there's stuff you won't expect. There's some stuff that we had to switch around that will keep you on your toes. So if you think you know what's going to happen, you don't, and enjoy it, because the spirit of Stephen King lives in this story. So one of the greatest moments was seeing that Stephen King tweeted out, "Be warned, this movie is scary." The one thing that was the baseline for us on this was to make sure that we scared the crap out of people, and we succeeded in that. And when Stephen King weighs in on that and tweets it out to the universe and to his fans, I don't know, for me that was just like a moment where I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm good. It's one of those movies that I think you got to see in the theater. It's like the crowd experience is part of it. It's a lot of fun, and I say just go and have a good time.
Oh, just a great time, an adaptation which is, respectful to what them. There's jokes about what they did as well inside there. It's a movie made by people that love Stephen King and love this book. Of course, it's great. It's incredible. I was talking to a friend in Australia, like earlier today. He said, "You're Lewis Creed." I said, "That's right." I may not sound like it now, but I am. We're actors and we want to serve what they're going to make and what they're going to, what the film they're making. So it's everything. And they're two wonderfully kooky, interesting film lovers who were, enjoyable and easy to work with. Levity is totally required, yeah. When you're spending a lot of your time in madness and digging your kids up and in a grave and screaming and, losing your fingernails from digging in the dirt, you need someone that's going to be able to talk about Stallone 90s movies. You get more scared when you laugh first. I did think it'd be scared witless. I mean, there's no two ways around it.
Yes, there's going to be some changes. We're going to give you guys some nice new surprises, but in the end, I think we stayed true to the essence of what Pet Sematary is.
Yeah, definitely. I think King fans are going to be really happy, as King was. King saw the film and liked it and approved, and I think people that have never heard of Pet Sematary are going to be in for a treat. I think it's scary because it's on an emotional level. It's a movie about grief and dealing with death. So it's a very universal topic. One way or another, we're all going to have to deal with death at some point. So I mean, it's the book that scared King. He was scared to publish it. So I mean, that says something.
Oh, it's amazing, and it's like Dennis said about how universal the theme is. The original movie came out 30 years ago. The book 35. I think there'll be another movie 30 years after this. It's such a universal theme that I think it's going to be continue to bring it to new generations.
You're going to laugh, you're going to scream, you're going to be terrified, but I think you're going to wake up Monday morning after the weekend still thinking about the film because of its themes. It's going to linger and haunt you.
It's like Homecoming. Our LA premiere, Starry Eyes, was here at Beyond Fest.
Yeah.
We attend Beyond Fest every year. Christian, Jim, Grant at the Egyptian. Yeah. We love those guys.
We love this theater.
This is our favorite place in LA. So
all our friends and family are here. It's the best. Yeah.
Well, it's always great to see enthusiasm like this, and this is really, you can feel the enthusiasm, and this is a movie for fans, and so the reactions I'm really looking forward to feeling tonight. So far, including our favorite fan, Steve King, they're all on board so far, and we were very true to the book. We were very much our own movie. We're not the remake of the first movie. We respect the first movie. We're different. And what they should expect is to really have an uncomfortably tense ride that ends in just a wild ending. So we've made a couple big changes from the book and the movie, and so far that's been really well received. Our villain, if you would, or one of our evil beings in this has changed both gender and size, but also our ending is very much its own thing. And what's been fun is we really had a big debate about what was the right ending, and we had dark, darker, and darkest, and we went with darkest. We brought on Kevin and Dennis because their movie Starry Eyes was really demented and surreal and a great descent into madness. And this lead character here has a descent into madness, so you could see that they could do that, but they're such horror aficionados and such Stephen King fans, it was an easy decision to bring them on. And I think some of the fidelity that they show to the material really shows up on screen. You're going to have anxiety, you're going to scream, and hopefully you're going to laugh because there's some really darkly funny stuff.